Hello YouTube. So this is a video to update my quick attach, plus talk about the new set of forks I built. Now the forks themselves, as you can see now, I painted my quick attach. I decided to go gray. I think I mentioned that somewhere, but I decided to go gray with it. All my mods are gray, so that's it for this one. And the forks are also gray. Now, as you can see, the forks are into my quick attach right now. I put them on just to show and display. I lift it up a little bit so it's easier to show certain things. As I talk here, I'll post some pictures in the top corner somewhere of what I end up doing here. I took 20 some odd pictures while I was building this one. I didn't really take a lot of video, but I took a bunch of pictures. But I'll explain. So the first picture I'm going to show on the video is basically the forks that I had made for the bucket. Now that leg that you see there has been cut off the back here. It was this extension was right here at the back. It was sticking out. It was to go under the bucket so I could chain it up around the bucket to give it a little bit more sturdiness. Never really worked that well. The clamp, as you can see in the picture that I posted of the when they were attached to the bucket, they were clamped by two fairly large bolts. They were 5/8 bolt, I think. And they were 2 of them per leg, and I mean they were tight as I could get them, but if I had any kind of lateral movement side to side, it would always kind of shift a little bit, and once they start shifting they loosen up and they were no good. So now this unit is fully all welded together, so it's not going to shift anywhere. 2 of the holes, as you see here, there was 2 holes originally because my leg had 2 holes originally. As you can see in here, now there's only 1 hole left. So what I did, the other leg is over here. I had to cut about 6 inch off the top here, and then reshape the sides and all that stuff to fit on the end of this and to lock into my new attachment. I welded some steel block at different location, front a big one, and 2, one on the side and 1 on the inside there. Those are, I just touch up paint on this, so I don't want to slide this thing, but so just imagine that this gets slide into this like that. The long leg here on the right will go right underneath this, and then the front slides right under there. So it's tight, and once it's in there, the hole that I have left line up with the back hole of this, so I didn't want to, the problem I had with the way it was set up before, I had 2 bolts and nuts tying my leg to my forks that were tied to the bucket. Well, because it was bolt and nuts, it was sticking out underneath, so if I was close to the ground or on the ground, I would scrape the ground like crazy, and then sometimes strip the nuts. So that wasn't a good system at all. That is why I welded this tube at the end here now that matches this hole. So now when it slide in, all I do is take I have bolts that with lock nut, these ones here, they go right through this and right through my forks, so they lock it in, so there's no possible way that it can pop out. It'll never go in, obviously, because it would butt against the forks themselves, but backing up, there's a possibility that even if they're tight in there, it would slide off. So I just want to kind of have something fairly quick to tie them in, lock them in. So that's what is there for. The hole, again, like I said, at the top is left there, it lines up with this hole, which has a tube inside there. When I did these, this was a 1x3 tubing, so it's, well, you can see there. So the inside, I put, oh, it's not showing on this one, but there's these two here. There's actually a tube inside there, so you can put a ton of pressure there. It won't squish that. And it's a 1/2-inch plate on top of a 1x3 or 1.5x3 tubing, so it's very strong in that part here. And the top end of this is a 1-inch. It's a 1.5-inch plate that comes along the top here. So I boxed all this afterwards, made, again, some blocking to support the sides. I kind of make these little wings to protect my, like in case debris, if I'm lifting something, doesn't fall to where the pin is. So that's just cosmetic, basically. And again, I keep a basket of parts, all kinds of leftovers. I got some down here, but I mean, this was made mainly out of leftover. The only two piece I bought was the two bigger side piece because I needed something. Originally I was gonna just kind of put something cheap there, and I figured, well, I'm all the way in there, might as well put something good. I don't have a whole lot of money into this. It's just time. You can see too at the back that I've boxed all that in. This is all boxed in, and then where the pin goes, it goes through, and it's protected here too, so no chance of this unpinning by clipping on something. It's protected on the sides. I've got these little wings at the top that, again, are something coming from the side. Is protecting a little bit the, you know, the assembly here, that I'm not going to hit my quick attach, or, you know, I get a bit of a buffer zone there. When I was done, I decided to, you know, just spiff it up a little bit. I had a little leftover. Again, I got a lot of leftover little pieces and, you know, plates and stuff. I reuse a lot of stuff somewhere. I had these little brackets that I had bought, these little hooks. I decided to put them on the side. I put one on both sides. I had some of these left here too, like the hook for chain link, and I had some tubings. I welded tubing on a little plate, and I welded the plate to the. Now I know I'm probably going to have comments about this, that I can't. This is not meant to hook a whole lot of stuff or to pull things or whatever. They're not meant for that. Even the center one, I had this kind of nice hook here. It's a 12,000 rated pound hook, but there's no way I'm going to pull something that's 12,000. I put it in the middle in case I have to lift something quickly, not too heavy. It's there. It'll never pop out of there. But other than that, it's there for kind of functionality. If I have a fairly large box or something that's even when it's light, like, you know, you don't want your cargo to start flying. So now I have 3 hooks. These, what I like about this now is I can flip it to even to the side. So if I have a load that's the full width of the forks, I can flip these to the side, and I can still tie a rope in there and go around the cargo and tie it to the other side. And, you know, I can always use this one also for, you know, tying something around or whatever. It's in the center. So I've got lots of hook. I got the top ones, the side ones, and the middle one. They're all going to be used at some point, I'd imagine. These forks, like I said, mainly leftovers. I don't have a whole lot. I got maybe $80 into this, if that. I mean, if you count the hooks and stuff that I'm using, because I've never used them. I bought them because they were cheap at Princess Auto one day, and then I thought I'd use them somewhere else and never did. Figure, well, why not? And it was kind of ironic because the center mass, the center angle iron, which was from another mod that kind of went wrong, and I had this piece left. Well, all these holes, the 2 holes that were in the middle here, like if you measure this, it's a 1/4 inch off center, so it kind of worked out good, and they were exactly spaced for where the bolts and nuts go. So I figured, well, I'm going to use it here. So that is it for the new forks. The legs are there. This will give me a lot of I can lift my swisher, you know, right, and put the fork right under this thing now and lift it straight up in the air if I want to work under. Now I do have these little forks here. I think I mentioned that in the previous video. These one here. I'll post a picture of this too, showing what I'm doing with this. These are specially made for. I'll kind of show you quickly actually, because it stopped raining. We've had quite a bit of rain here. But as you can see here beside my van, there's some very large stone. There's a lot. I'm going to be doing landscaping in front of my house, and these stones have to be placed pretty precisely. So they're 12 by 12 solid stone. They've been cut to 12 by 12. I made those legs to be exactly 12 inch, so I get right on there. They're low profile. They're going to hook onto my secondary quick attach system that this hooks to my other one, and then these hook to that. And I'll show a picture anyway. You'll see. I've lifted one of the stone already. Works good. I tested it out. No problem. It's not a problem to handle the weight. So that's it for now. This is the video about my forks. If you have any questions again, leave your comments or question below, or give me a shout. Upcoming video. I've had a few questions now asking me, because I mentioned the amount of hours I put on my tractor. I've got over 710 hours, I think, now on the tractor in a very short period of time. It's 2 years. And for a residential person, I don't farm, I don't do anything. I bought a property, I started landscaping it, and I put a ton of time into it. So I've had people saying, well, what did you do? Why so many hours? Well, I'll post a video that shows some of the stuff I did with this tractor, and you guys are going to be surprised what this little machine can do. I was able to do with it. I definitely put it to the test. I'm very happy with the result. I've had very few problems with this machine so far after what I put it through. So in the upcoming video I will discuss all of the stuff I did, and then actually show you part of the backyard and what I did back there, so that you get a better perspective of what I actually did. Okay, thanks for now. Thanks YouTube. Bye.